There's no place I'd rather be.
Oh no, and welcome back to our new season. It is Matchday Live 2017-2018 season, and it's me, Dan, back again. And Man United's first game at home against West Ham is against West Ham. So before we get into the game, obviously we got to talk about pre-season, the UEFA Super Cup, transfers and stuff like that. So before we start, obviously let's start off with the transfers. Obviously, as you can see in the team, we do have new players. Obviously, we have Lukaku, who apparently we bought for 90 million, even though I think it was like 75 million plus 15 million add-ons or something like that. A surprising one was the signing of Matic from Chelsea, which really surprised me. And also, we also signed, where is he? Victor Lindelof from Benfica, who signed first? Wasn't it Victor? Yeah, I think it was Victor Lindelof who signed first, and then we signed Lukaku, obviously, and then we signed Matic. And obviously, Matic goes straight into the team as well as Lukaku. Obviously, with Ibrahimovic, at the moment still injured, but apparently there's talk saying that he might be coming back for another year. There's also talk of Ivan Perisic going to United as well. There's loads of speculation at the moment, but at this moment we've only got 3 signings. And personally, I think, obviously, I'll just quickly, so I kind of got rid of the people who are still at Man United. Obviously, we've got McTominay still there, Mitchell's still there. Fosu apparently he's going on loan to Crystal Palace. So I'm currently recording on the 10th of August. So at this moment, I don't actually know if he's actually gone to Crystal Palace. Apparently he's going out on loan. Obviously, Rojo's injured, Shaw's injured. What's his name's injured as well, Ashley Young, and we got Jones as well as Lindelof as well. And obviously this is so for the team I'm going to go for this weekend is kind of the same team that faced Real Madrid in UEFA Super Cup, where instead of Lindegaard, I'm actually going to go with Rashford and Mkhitaryan, and then obviously have Pogba, Herrera, and we're going to have Bailly instead of Lindelof, because I think Lindelof struggled with a couple of games, in pre-season as well. I think we won most of our games except from the Barcelona game. Obviously, Neymar scored. Talking of which, Neymar, what the fuck? 195 million for PSG? What the fuck? Yeah. So that's pretty much it. So we also lost the UEFA Super Cup, unfortunately, to Real Madrid. They were the better side. First half, they were they pretty much dominated us. And then second half, we brought Fellaini on, we brought Rashford on, and then it kind of changed the game. We had chances to win the game as well, I think, especially Lukaku's chance where Pogba headed it, and then Lukaku, all he had to do is put it in, and then he missed completely. And then exactly same thing, Matic, shot and then went back to Lukaku, and Lukaku scored. So yeah. So let's talk about the Lukaku signing. Personally, I wanted Morata, because obviously Morata was the main target. Well, apparently he wasn't the main target, but Lukaku, I didn't mind, obviously, Lukaku or Morata, but personally I would have gone with Morata. But Lukaku, he's a big guy, big tank, he's a strong guy, makes our team look very, very strong, especially with Matic signing as well. We look like a tank team, but what we need is something. We need like a winger, like Mourinho said. We need like a winger, attacking winger, so then it gives like balance to our team. And that's where we've been linked with recently. Willian apparently we tried to sign Willian from Chelsea as well. We tried to sign Ivan Perisic from Inter Milan. there's all sorts of talk, and then there's Bale as well. Apparently, it's Bale. We're going to buy Bale, but at this moment, you know, 12th of August, we still got what 18, what 2 weeks, 3 weeks before the transfer window closes. So yeah, so let's get into today's game and go against West Ham. So we will be playing West Ham on the Sunday at 4 o'clock, which fortunately enough I am going to, so that's going to be pretty cool. I'm in the Sir Bobby Charlton stand, I believe, so yeah, that's going to be pretty cool. Also, yeah, obviously there was talk of what's his name going to Real Madrid again, you know, David De Gea. There also was talk of, you know, signing Joe Hart, which was kind of a bit weird, but yeah, that was a bit of a weird one. Yeah, so anyway, let's get into the team. Let's talk about the transfers. So Matic, you know, great signing for us, you know, just what we needed, an anchor midfielder, what we really needed. Personally, I would have gone for a much younger one, you know, with you know, with the sorts of like Fabinho, or we've been linked with that by Echo as well, who went to Chelsea, unfortunately. But that Matic signing, when he played against who's the last game? It was against Sampdoria. He played pretty well. He only played for 45 minutes, but he played pretty well, and he was like one of our best players in the UEFA Super Cup against Real Madrid, obviously. So that was pretty cool. So I reckon he'll be a great signing for us. Hopefully he doesn't get injured or anything like that. Obviously Rashford has been pretty well. We've had a pretty good pre-season with Rashford. Obviously Lukaku scored a couple as well. Pogba at this moment is still like, you know, we don't know what's happening with Pogba, because he's like, he wants to play good, but then he's not like started yet. But I think when we played, I can't remember which team we played. I think we played Man Utd. Didn't we play Man Utd? And we played 3 at the back, and we pretty much terrorised them with Rashford and Lukaku up top, with just Pogba behind, and we completely terrorised them. Oh, I should have scored there, Pogba. Yeah, we just completely terrorised Man City. We did. I think we won. Didn't we win 1-0? Or no, I think it was 2-0, wasn't it? Rashford and Lukaku scored. But I mean, if we go into the season against West Ham with that 3 at the back, I wouldn't be surprised. With that Lindelof, with our new signing Lindelof, probably Bailly and Smalling. Because Smalling played pretty well as well against Real Madrid. I think he deserves to start. Obviously De Gea starts, whatever the case. Valencia as well. Obviously, he'll probably start against West Ham. I think it will be like a 4-3-3. I don't think Mourinho will go with a 3-5-2. I will be surprised if he starts with a 3-5-2. What a ball that is, if he can get that. Oh, he does, the cheeky bugger. Oh, great tackle by, as well as, you know, by obviously couldn't play in the UEFA Super Cup. If Bailly played, I think we would have won. You know, Victor Lindelof, he didn't do. He was very poor, you know, but it was against Real Madrid, so you can't really, beat him down for what he did. But he looks like he needs just a bit more games in him, maybe in the League Cup, or, you know, put him in the Champions League, and, you know, make just some. Oh well, Jesus Christ, they almost scored. I just think, you know, he done pretty well, but what the hell was that throw? He's like, yeah, I don't know. So yeah, Matic, you know, the 2 games he played, he's played brilliantly. You know, that's what he brings. Obviously, we signed Lukaku. Lukaku scored pretty much like every other game. So if he just continues on against, you know, scoring for Man United, if he can get like a 20-goal season for Man United, I'll be pretty happy. And then, you know, whatever happens with Ibrahimovic, that would be pretty cool as well. Because, you know, if Ibrahimovic does come back early, you know, sign him. We could use him, you know, as a like striker for the Champions League. You know, give Lukaku rest or play them together with the, you know, 3-5-2. Martial, oh my God, we must talk about that Martial assist against Real Madrid in pre-season, where he played Lingard in to score. What a bit of skill that was. You know, old Martial. You know, that was the, you know, Martial that we wanted to sign, and he just showed up. His Real Madrid defence. Alright, it wasn't it was like their second pre-season game, but still. Like I said, I was pretty disappointed. You know, Mata or go on, Herrera should score. Yeah, there we go. I was surprised Martial didn't play or didn't come on against Real Madrid. I think he would have done pretty well, but I think it's because United themselves, you know, we pretty much didn't know what for that first half. We didn't know pretty much didn't know what formation we was playing, because obviously we had Lingard and Lukaku up front, and then Mkhitaryan behind. We didn't know if we was playing 3-5-2 or the, you know, the 4-3-3 that we have been experimenting with. So yeah, so let's talk about West Ham themselves. West Ham themselves obviously signed a couple of players. One of them obviously was Chicharito, which was nice to see Chicharito back in the Premier League, but it would have been better back at Man United, because I loved him at Man United. You know, he was our like super sub. You know, he normally scores when he comes off the bench, so I would be surprised if we see him, you know, start against us in the. Oh, come on, you got to score that. I would be surprised if you'll see, you know, Chicharito start. Other signings, I can't remember. Obviously, they signed Joe Hart and Zabaleta, so they are going to be a good side. They're going to be, you know, a bogey. I think they will be a bogey side this season. So we've definitely got to watch out for them players. And obviously, you know, Joe Hart, an ex-Man City. Well, he still is Man City, but it will be interesting to see what happens with, you know, if they permanently buy him or whatever. But yeah, it's like I said, it's definitely going to be a hard game. I expect Rashford to do well. You know, he played brilliant. He played brilliantly in. Oh, go on, should score. Herrera, 2 goals for Herrera. Yeah, he was pretty good when he came on against Real Madrid, so I expect he will start. I'll be surprised if Herrera starts, because Herrera was pretty poor. I don't know why he was. You know, maybe it was because, you know, Modric and Kroos, they pretty much controlled that UEFA Super Cup game in that midfield, and that obviously was Casemiro as well. They pretty much and Isco obviously, and Bale. But yeah, like I said, we pretty much just got dominated that first half. If we put away our chances, you know, we had a breakaway with Pogba. Pogba was just being selfish, and then he should have passed it to Mkhitaryan, who was straight through. You know, could have got that first goal, but, you know, started well against them, but no. Yeah, so West Ham, I don't really know much about their pre-season. I know, expect, you know, they obviously playing the Olympic Stadium again, which they've had pretty poor games there. So I would be surprised if they. I think it's going to be a tough game. It definitely will be a tough game. So I don't know. It's going to be a tough one for United, but hopefully Man United can get, you know, start off the season with a big victory, like a 3-0 or 2-0 or something like that. I expect Lukaku will score against them, as he normally does against other teams. I would be surprised if Pogba scores as well, but I don't know. Let's talk about transfers. Oh, a bit of voice crack there. Let's talk about transfers. Obviously, there's like 3 weeks left. Like I said, I think with the reports, you know, around the newspapers, tabloids, and Twitter and all that, I think United still need like we still need like I think we still need a there we go, Lukaku scores. I still think we need a defender personally, like a left back or a right back who can, you know, because just in case, you know, either Darmian, alright, we got Blint who can play left back, and as well Luke Shaw, but Luke Shaw probably won't play until like October time, so I still think we need a left back or a right back. There was talk about Serge Aurier apparently agreed to join Man United, but apparently that's all rubbish. There was also, that came out recently, Danny Rose wants to leave Spurs and he wants to go up north, you know, so, you know, we could see Danny Rose join Man United. I'd highly doubt it, but you never know with that. But we still, like I said, we still need like an attacking right winger, or like a winger who can play both wings, and Gareth Bale is that. Obviously the Bale, I don't think it will happen, but we still need a winger, and Mourinho knows that he needs a winger, so anything can happen. I still think, oh go on, Mkhitaryan, shoot, oh lucky. I know we've got Martial, Mkhitaryan and Mata, but obviously Mata and Mkhitaryan aren't wingers really. Mata's more like a number 10, and obviously Mkhitaryan's more like a number 10, so it's going to be interesting what we're going to do with our team. Obviously we're going to, I still think we will play, I might be surprised, but I might say that we might play 3 at the back against West Ham, and then obviously you know, high press against them like we did against Man City. And you know, Man City just couldn't, you know, in that friendly, Man City just could not get the, you know, they just couldn't, they just kept long balling it to Aguero, I believe, who was up front, and they pretty much, you know, couldn't put up with it. So if we go with the 3-5-2, it probably will be Smalling, Bailly, and probably Jones, and then maybe Lindelof. Maybe Lindelof might get a debut. I don't think he will, but yeah. So my score prediction, I mean, we've won 3-0 here. I don't think we'll be a 3-0 win. I reckon it might be a 2-0 victory. Lukaku to get his first Man United goal, I expect so. But maybe, I don't know, maybe a Pogba goal or something like that. But yeah, so I'm going to go for a 2-0 victory for Man United. Hopefully we can start off this season with a victory. Hopefully. Don't jinx it, but hopefully I haven't jinxed it. But yeah. So anyway, guys, please like, comment, please like, comment, and subscribe, and don't forget to leave your score predictions down below. So right, I'm going. Bye.